All right, a little music. Yeah, I'm still working on my intro here. We're going to look at Psalms 105, and then I'm going to show you something. I think that might be relevant, really, to every human. If you're a human, dear humanoids, dear podcasters, dear California, San Diego, baby. Well, never mind. I guess I was going to talk about another thing about San Diego I like, but you're like, okay, well, I'll show you. Anyway, the people here are really cool. Oh, yeah, and I met Shauna. I guess you don't really meet Shauna. You kind of experience Shauna. Holla. You're like, Shauna? Who's Shauna? Okay, Austin, if you're from Austin watching this, there is, if you remember Leslie in Austin. So if I say, hey, I saw Leslie, holla. And if I say, hey, in San Diego, I say, hey, did you just experience Shauna? Holla. Boom. Like, I don't know who Shauna or Leslie are, but I just wish he finished singing. He likes his Jennifer Knapp song a lot. I could tell because, dude, I just love Jennifer Knapp, dude. Holy shit. You know, okay. Let me riff a little bit, tell you how my mind works, then I'm going to get back here, Psalms 105. Let's just look at this one. It says, his feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in chains of iron, and his soul entered into the iron. Or I guess you can kind of back up a little bit. It says, moreover, he called for a famine upon the land of Egypt. He cut off every source of bread, and he sent a man before them. Even Joseph, he was sold as a servant. No, poor Joseph, poor. It says, and I love this. Just read. Let this enter your soul. Let this enter your soul, baby. Come on, Jennifer, help me out here. It says his feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron and his soul. And I love, this is the part that I really like. And his soul entered into the iron. You're like, oh shit, here he goes with the Enneagram 8 again. All right, here we go. I got to make this brief. Going to be a couple parts to this. In fact, what I might just do is I might literally just get high every day and read the whole Old Testament to you. That's what I'll do. And I'll have my own commentary. It'll be called the Fibonojji. You're like, oh my goodness, he's about to go to Genesis 4 and talk about Joseph. And how his feet got laid in iron. No, they put him in handcuffs. No, like really, Google Fetters. You gotta Google. See, that's the holla, Google. He's making me Google shit. Okay, Google feathers. Google not feathers. Seriously, fetters, dude. What is a fetter? His feet they hurt with fetters. They weren't feathers. I bet you they hurt. I wonder if they were green. And he was laid in chains of iron. And I love this. And this is the emotional component of what happens with fetters. And his soul entered into the iron. All right. Shakala green. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to take this on a meditative walk, and I got to kind of cut here, and then I'm going to show you how I was taking this meditative walk and how earlier this morning on my way to get coffee, how literal irons brought me comfort. Again, I smoke a lot, you know, I mean, sometimes it's, maybe I should call this the Indica Studies with Jonathan Fibonojji. No, that sounds just too, you know, Jonathan Fibonojji with Indica Studies on Psalms 105. No, see, that doesn't work. So I'll just be Jonathan Fibonojji. I'll be Jonathan just, anyway, so Jonathan's taking a walk. And I like to, you know, so I'm taking this walk, and I'm afraid of heights, and I'm going to show you in a second, and I just intuitively jumped the little iron fence. And then got, you know, because again, I'm enamored with the beauty of the beaches of La Jolla, and just the sheer beauty and the morning, taking a walk, literally cinematic. and I jumped the fence, and then as I jumped the fence, I realized, like, dude, if I take like 2 more steps, this could be a fatal fall. Again, I'm afraid of heights, so you know, I'm from Oklahoma, so, and then I backed up, just not even really I just kind of a reflex. I backed up, and then I enjoyed the same scene, but I noticed that I was leaning against the chain, and the chain was literally bringing me comfort, even as though, like, I think in that sandbox, it talks about how literally we can find comfort in our irons, and that we all have fetters on one level or another, and that we were laid in irons, and you know, we all can tell that story no matter where we're from. La Jolla to Oklahoma, Oklahoma to La Jolla, San Fran to Durango. I've never met a human. I've yet to meet a human that has not told me the Psalms 105 story. And then as I'm walking, I see that, man, that's such a perfect metaphor of how 105, how we can literally find comfort in a chain. And then you're like, what? It just doesn't make sense. Like, well, I'm going to show it to you. It's beautiful. And then, guess what? I'm going to get out of my truck and do it. Show you this in real person. And one thing you guys don't know is, like, deep down, I'm a pretty shy individual. So here I'm going to be doing my blah blah on this meditative walk. I hope I don't run into... Alright, I'll see. Alright, guys. Boom, boom, boom. In Genesis 4, you know, go read Genesis 4. And that's Joseph, and Psalms, and so it starts Genesis 40. It's a story of Joseph and famine, and then how there became a man named Joseph, and then it just simply says, you know, they put him in jail. And then Psalms 105 is really the truth of that, and that's the difference between different parts of the Bible. Like, there's the Old Testament, which kind of just tells you some really interesting facts, and then the Psalms literally put melody on the Old Testament. So I'm going to show it to you. And so today, hopefully in my own Fibonojji way, I'm going to try to show you literally where a guy named Fibonojji found comfort in a chain. Like, well, great, that's wonderful, and I'm gonna go check my Facebook, motherfucker, and think I'm gonna go watch Anderson Cooper tell me something about the other side that I don't like, and then I'm gonna, and then hopefully you'll get what I'm trying to get at. It is that I want this channel to be light and love and wisdom, and on some level, at one point in your life, whether you're, 15, whether you're 20, 30, 50, 80. Some people never get there. They never really ask the 105 question, which is, where did my soul enter the fetters? And I'm going to show you a real life example of where, just because my fear of heights, I found comfort in a chain. And I hope you come along. Holla. Forgot how to speak.